So, I tried to make this a lot more simpler for everyone. You're not getting my face, are you?
No.
Okay, good. These forms are ones that you guys are going to be using, okay? Just a reminder, why I'm focusing so much on these three forms is because if I say draw a finger, what basic form is that? A cylinder, okay? And then obviously at the end, because it's round, like more of a ball shape, it can be a cylinder with a round sphere at the end. Does that make sense? So this, you gotta understand, you gotta grasp in order to do your still life, in order to draw a person. Anything you will ever try to draw in art, if you get these 5 things, you'll be able to draw. Yes, they might be like 2 or 3 shapes combined, but like when you actually start to look at the form of things and how they're curved or not curved, like flat, then that'll help. Okay. So what I did is I redid these so you guys actually can see them. So if you need to, come up and look at that for an example. Okay. To simplify it, if you just take these 3 shapes, the pyramid, the sphere, and the cube, that uses all 3 shading techniques, right? This is blending, that's cross-hatching, and then that's hatching. Okay. These other 2 shapes, it's up to you what you want to draw. This is the very basic level by just using the blending, okay? So this is a good project. This is really good in your sketchbook, okay? If you really understand the concept and want to try more hatching and cross-hatching, go for it. The thing with this is your hatching lines have to be curved with the object. So like, if you're shading this, you would shave with the curve of the object. That same idea, you have to draw with the curve of the object, okay? So if you want to really challenge yourself, you're more than welcome to try cross-hatching and hatching on these 2 shapes, but it's not expected. What's expected is something very similar to this, okay? I redid this because the reason we did these 1x9s is you're going to use them on these forms, you're going to use them on your still life. I'll probably actually make you have your sketchbook open when you're drawing your still life to this. Because what you need to do in order to make a form look 3D, you have to have all the way from black to white. If you only have these 3 middle grades, or these 3 here, it's not going to look finished, okay? Personally, the hardest thing, and I know I keep repeating myself on this, the hardest thing for me is to get that 6B really dark. Even now, I have to consciously think about, oh, I got to really push my black, or else I'll stick more of like these shades in down. Okay, so I'm going to shut the lights off here in a second, but what you need to do is you need to draw a light source, draw your shape, and then you'll have your shadow, okay? It's the same kind of concept. You're going to go from white to black, so these shapes are going to go white to black. Okay, Kim.
So what if we already shaded it and the light is different? You know what I'm saying?
That's
like
okay.
shadow?
But they got it, some kids made them too small yesterday, so don't get frustrated. Don't erase what you did, but this is the smallest I want them. Okay? I could honestly make you draw a sphere for 5 days. Just doing it for 20 minutes, it's just a very basic intro. But honestly, you could study these shapes for a couple weeks. So don't think you did something wrong and like, oh, I got to start all over. Just see it as practice and now apply what you learned on that to the bigger. Okay, you can stop it because I'm going to...